All right, hey there, shared reading day 1. We have a new book this week. It's a nonfiction real world book all about different types of animals. It's called Fuzzy and Buzzy. If we flip it over, it gives us a little hint about what the book's about. It says honeybees, toads, and more. You may see many different kinds of animals on a short walk outside, and the animals may all look different and do different things. Okay. So we're just going to take a peek at some of the vocab words in the book when we read today. I have some highlighted, and I'm going to help you, or have you help me highlight some other ones. Fuzzy and Buzzy by Aaron Mack. Honeybees. Honeybees are striped and fuzzy, busy and buzzy. Pollen. Flower pollen sticks to fuzz on a honeybee. Bees carry flower pollen to the hive for food. All right, let's look back here on page 2. Which words described honeybees? Let me read it to you one more time. Honeybees are striped and fuzzy, busy and buzzy. What words describe the honeybees? I think striped. Do you agree? Honeybees are striped. Yep, look at they sure are. What's another one? Honeybees are, fuzzy. If you look closely, you can see there's kind of little hairs on their bodies that the pollen sticks to. You see that? It also says honeybees are busy. What are they busy doing? Oh, collecting pollen, right, to make honey back at the hive. And there's one more. Honeybees are buzzy. What sound do honeybees make? Buzz. Yep, they sure are buzzy. Good job. Toads. Toads are brown and bumpy, lumpy and jumpy. Toad, frog. A toad is bumpy and lives on land most of the time. A frog is smooth and lives mostly in water. Did you know that frogs and toads are different? Learn something new. Rabbits. Rabbits are soft and floppy, hungry and happy. Sometimes a happy rabbit will jump into the air and quickly kick its feet in and out. This move is called a binky. I did not know that one. Interesting. Oh, here's some new words to look at. Worms. Worms are pink and wiggly, squishy and squiggly. What do those words mean? What does squishy mean? Oh, it kind of means like soft enough that if you could squeeze it, right? And squiggly is another word for, like wiggly. Yes, squishy and squiggly. Worms sure are like soft and wiggly, right? Soil. Earthworms dig into soil to keep moist and find food. That's why when the birds eat them, they usually pick them out of the soil. Beetles. Beetles can be hard and tiny, spotted and shiny. Ladybirds. Ladybugs are a kind of beetle. Some people call them ladybird beetles. Again, Mrs. Quist learning something new about the bunnies and the beetles. Snails. Snails are slow and sleepy, crawly and creepy. Oh, here's a word we got to look at. Slime. Snails leave a trail of slime as they crawl. Do you know what slime is? What is it? If I kind of look, it looks like it's kind of wet on that rock or cement. So is it like a liquidy substance that the snail produces? Right? Good job. Caterpillars. Caterpillars can be fat and hairy, funny, or scary. Our caterpillars are a different kind. They don't look like this. Ours will kind of be brownish. Moth. Caterpillars change into butterflies or moths. Animals can be fuzzy, buzzy, bumpy, jumpy, floppy, hoppy, wiggly, squiggly, tiny, shiny, sleepy, creepy, hairy, and scary. Lots of different animals. I notice all of these words have a Y at the end. Did you see that? But guess what sound it's making? It's not making the yuh sound. It makes an E sound. Oftentimes when a Y is the last letter in a word, it makes an E sound. So sometimes if you get to a tricky word in the book in a book and you see a Y at the end, you might want to try the long E sound and see if that works. All right, so for our writing extension, I want to look quickly at comparing frogs and toads on page 3 and 4, or 4 and 5. We had toads, and then it told us a little bit about frogs. So do you remember something about frogs that it talked about? Let's reread it quick. It says, a frog is smooth and lives mostly in water. Okay, so frogs live in water. Live in water. And it says they're smooth skin. Okay, what did we learn about toads on this side? It says toads are brown and bumpy, lumpy and jumpy. A toad is bumpy and lives on land most of the time. So toads live on land. Sorry, Mrs. Quist is struggling to write upside down. It also says that they have bumpy skin, right? All right, so that's how toads and frogs are different, but in the middle here, can we think of some ways that the animals are the same? I know that they both jump, right? They're both amphibians, right? They live in the water and the land, just different amounts. That's a big word. Amphibians. There we go. And they're both small, right? Not too big. Awesome. All right, thanks for looking closely at the text with Mrs. Quist and helping me compare frogs and toads. Have a good day. Thanks for reading.